Hi there, in my garden podcast today, the Nasturtium actually have got a bit of mission creep going on, frankly. They're overplaying their part. It's quite velvety. It just tastes of garden. Ah, the thunderous sound of the hosepipe slapping the dry soil. Ah, much needed after a day of 30 degrees. Oh my word. I tell you what, I wasn't expecting that. We've had the weirdest weather. And I don't mean dramatic or challenging as it is in many, many parts of the globe. I just mean boring. It's been mono weather. Like 20 degrees, 19, 18, 19, 22 degrees Celsius. Back down to 15. We're mid-July. You know, we're in summer in Britain, and yet the weather in the northwest has not really kept up with the calendar. So today has been a bit of a turnaround. Last couple of days actually. The heat has been building. What happens in the northwest of England is the heat builds. It gets what we call dead muggy. It's true. Dead muggy. It's too hot for me, right? At about probably 24 degrees, but it's been 30, 31 today. Gets dead muggy over the course of about 3 days, and then it chucks it down for another 3 days just to clear the air, and then we start all over again. So the best equipment you can bring to the northwest, and we're talking Manchester, Liverpool, Warrington and beyond, is in the height of summer a cardigan in case it gets a bit nippy, and an umbrella in case it rains. So that's the 2 bits of main kit you'll need in a northwest summer. But we're very lucky. The light is with us from 4 o'clock in the morning all the way through till 11:30 at night, sort of thing, on a clear day. And it has been super warm today. So the flowers, the garden needs a bit of attention and watering. And what I love about watering late at night is that the plants really soak up the moisture. There's nothing squandered. It's really valuable to the plant. It doesn't evaporate. It goes straight to really thirsty roots and leaves. And I can already begin to see some of the sunflowers we've planted at the back of the Jasper Memorial Bed. That's the dead cat, basically, if you hadn't listened before. At the back of the Jasper Memorial Bed, they are instantly perked up from a bit of hosepipe work, which is really pleasing. So everything's really thirsty and ready to absorb. And what you get to do when you do it with a kind of plant by plant, you know, you hit the roots with the hose pipe, you're giving it really good attention, and you're looking at each plant and maybe deadheading, or as I saw on these nasturtiums, which are at the front of the bed, they are riddled with black fly. Riddled. And I don't want to spray them because there are so many of them, and I'm, chemical averse. So what I've done with a few of the very, very heavily buggered ones, basically, is taken the stalk where it's got a new flower head on it, and of course it's the new juicy tender leaves and stalks that so I'm just going to change the setting on this hose pipe because I rather think, oh hello, it's a little noisy. Is that better? Oh, I'm just going to go light shower. There we go. All right. So the new growth is where the flies go to, because it's easier to nibble into, isn't it? So what I do is just gently pull my black fly off through the thumb and forefinger movement on the old stalk, and just get that. Ooh, it's gross. Very pleasing at the same time. I mean, the insects are good for other animals to live on, as we know. However, you don't want them all over your garden, do you? Just a few. The Nasturtium actually have got a bit of mission creep going on, frankly. They're overplaying their part. And bless them, they've taken over the bed, essentially. So what I'm going to do in a few days' time, before they start seeding and dying off, is just clear them, because what they did last year, and there were only a few of them last year, is that they've self-seeded and really run away with themselves. So these guys are taking over the bed, which is okay because they're beautiful and they're right at the front of the bed, so they're filling all the gaps and look very jolly and orange and green and yellow and green at the top there. And I believe I should put them in a salad. Go on, I'm going to have one. Is it black fly free? Yes, so they look jolly, but I don't want them doing the same again and doubling up again. Now, this is the moment of truth. I really want this hose pipe to stop, but it's not. The trigger on it is obviously completely ruined. Anyway, I'll put that in there. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a little taste. Okay, so I grew up being told not to eat the plants because they might be poisonous. So to eat a nasturtium goes against everything in my body right now. Every cell is saying, no, you're going to die if you eat that. So here we go, live on air, well, podcast. Have one more. It's quite velvety. There's a velvety kind of texture to it, so it's not smooth particularly. Fix your tongue. Yeah. Do you know, it just tastes of garden. Like, it tastes of garden, like soil and plants and leaves. Oh, hang on. Oh no. It's quite peppery. Like rocket leaves would be peppery on the aftertaste. I still think it's showing off to put them in a salad. I'm sorry, I know I've had advice from a podcast listener, bless her, but I just think it's showing off putting it in a salad. Oh, look, fresh nasturtium leaves from the garden. Right, let's carry on. Now, the Jasper Memorial Bed is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 metres long and just a couple of metres deep. And it's weird because where Jasper's buried, it's actually prolific in the growth and the success of the plants in there. So we've got cosmos, we've got a few sunflowers, lupins, gladioli, and that thing I can never remember the name of. I'm going to say phlox, but I'm not entirely convinced. And then there's salvia at the back and a hosta, which is holding off from the snail attacks quite easily, I think. All doing brilliantly. And then you move beyond the middle, the centre point, which is the acer, quite a small acer. Come on, acer, grow a little, please. Just grow. It's not really done its job recently. I always think when a plant doesn't grow, it's fine and it's just doing some thinking. Putting down some roots, having some quiet time, and maybe next year it's going to really come on. Anyway, hold out hope for that. So we're going beyond the acer, the stunted growth acer, and we're coming towards the back of the bed away from the house. And I don't know what's up with this patch. Where we have created new beds from old lawn areas, there's not any quality control, basically. There's not any uniformity about the quality of the soil. So you get through these kind of belts of brilliant soil, where Jasper's buried, and then into really unkind soil, which plants don't really flourish or thrive in. And they need a lot of feed and a lot of watering, and I don't know why that is. Well, it's soil, isn't it, basically? It's your basic soil problem. There's probably a gardening term for that the experts know about, but you didn't come here for that, did you? No, good. Right, so we've come to the end of the bed. We've come to the end of the watering job for the evening. All the plants are very, very grateful, I feel. And the nasturtiums that I have pulled out so far that were rather overtaking the hydrangea are now on the floor, and Joey has run off with them. And I think he's just dropped one actually, because he's probably got that peppery aftertaste in his mouth. Anyway, onwards. I'll see you soon.